Jesus of the scars. Now, there is a story behind, a very personal story behind this. My older sister passed away many years ago, and she was about 40, and leaving husband and two sons, 11 and 13 years old at the time. Such a tragedy for the whole family and for my parents. She was the only daughter. But of course, so many people suffer in these kinds of ways. It's how the world seems to be. But what did we do with it? And I wanted to honor her with a song. And the way in that I found was to try to explore what is the uniquely Christian hope in the face of these kind of tragedies. I was actually sitting with her old guitar on my lap, trying to find my way in, as songwriters do, to something which, becomes a song. And I remembered a poem I'd read many years ago called Jesus of the Scars. I borrowed the title. And it was written by a First World War chaplain whose job was to receive soldiers, wounded, traumatized soldiers back from the trenches. And his job was to give them some sort of hope. And this poem, which can be found online, in essence, he's crying out for help and saying, God, we need you now, but we need particularly you because no other God has scars, but you do. Scars of the cross. And so you know something about scars. And I began to go down that trail of ideas. And thinking about scars, there is massive hope in Jesus' scars, because when he rose from the dead and appeared to his disciples, he showed them his scars, but he was alive. And the scars now were healed, but they also spoke of his love and his sacrifice and of a future where death has been overcome, because that's what he did. He died, but he overcame death. He rose from the dead and invites us to follow him through his death into his resurrection, become part of it. Well, there's so much to it. But there is definitely hope. And I tell you that the third verse was the hardest, I think, the most difficult, because I wanted to sum up this uniquely Christian hope. So listen to the song, and I hope it touches your heart and perhaps your scars as well.